Do you know what? I actually had a tennis pun in my head earlier that I was going to say to start the episode, but I can't remember what it was. I think it was along the lines of, let's not make too much of a racket. We got some aces to serve.
That's an amazing intro. We'll keep that. We'll keep that.
Yeah, that was the intro I came up with.
Cool. So we're doing Matchpoint Tennis. Is it Matchpoint Tennis or just Matchpoint?
It's Matchpoint Tennis Championship.
Okay, that's the full official name.
Yes.
GamePlay GamePass Episode 8.
Yes, the game is made. I couldn't find out anything. Like I said, just before we started recording, I scoured Google for a whole half an hour trying to find information.
All the research time.
Yeah. And it's made or published by Calypso with a K.
Yep.
And it's made or published by Tomos Games, something like that.
Never heard of them.
But yeah, when I Wikipedia'd Calypso, that didn't show up on their Wikipedia page at all.
Yeah.
So, and when I Googled Matchpoint Tennis, it would just come up with like actual tennis.
I found that website for like there's some training college, like Matchpoint Tennis Training College, and it literally took me probably like 30 to 40 seconds to realise, wait a minute, this isn't a game. They're trying to get me to sign up for some tennis lessons.
Well, I don't think you need it playing Matchpoint.
No. One thing I did find out about them is that the people that made Matchpoint Tennis also make the game Tropico.
Yes, that was on the Wikipedia list, but I wasn't sure if it was the same company because Matchpoint wasn't showing up on there.
Oh, okay. Okay, so that could be I'm just spreading false information online.
Could be.
I'm one of those people now.
Or someone hasn't updated the Wikipedia.
Yeah. We'll go with that.
Yeah. We're not wrong.
We know what we're talking about on this channel.
Yeah. We're not wrong.
What we say is gospel.
Wikipedia's wrong.
Yeah. So, what were your first impressions playing it? Because this was my suggestion, wasn't it?
Yes. So I jumped straight into the tutorial. Just because every tennis game I've ever played has always been different. Like, in terms of movement, the buttons are usually the same.
Yeah.
But my first impressions were, the graphically it was not amazing, but not terrible. Like, when you compare it to some other Xbox Series X games.
It sort of looked like an Xbox One game.
Yeah. Yeah. Creating my character for the career mode, story mode, career mode, whatever they want to call it.
Tour mode.
Tour mode.
My notes say.
Yeah, there wasn't a lot of customization. I wanted my character to have crazy hair and a big beard, and all I managed to get was a big beard. So,
see, I when I jumped in, I didn't do the tutorial because I'm like, who needs a tutorial? So I jumped in straight away, went in the career mode. I don't care about create your character, so I just went random. And my guy ended up being, where is he? I got him. I saved a screenshot of him on my phone because I thought he was quite an original guy. Okay, his name is. He's from Saudi Arabia, and his name's Ludwig Halvorsen, and he looks like this.
Fair enough. I mean, that's a very Saudi Arabian name.
Yeah, that's what I thought as well. So yeah, I jumped straight in and didn't know what I was doing, lost immediately, and then I had to go do the tutorial anyway.
Oh yeah, because
tail between my legs.
In the tour mode, you jump into like a tie break on a final set.
Yeah.
And you essentially just have to beat that tie break, and then
which I didn't because I didn't know what I was doing.
So yeah, that tie break I managed to get a few achievements through that tie break. I've managed to win a game in straight sets, because if you don't lose a point, you technically haven't lost a set, because the sets you have lost were lost before you started playing. And then there was a couple of others I got, which I felt was a bit cheap.
Yeah.
a cheap reward for a 5-minute play. But I
Boosting
found,
that game score though.
yeah. What did you think of the controls?
I thought they were awkward. Well, I thought the idea behind them was good. That
Yep.
you can charge your shot by holding one of the face buttons on the controller, and then when you hit the ball, well, before you actually hit the ball, there's a little shadow on the other side of the court, isn't there? And you can move the stick to put the ball where you want it to go. I thought it was a good idea, but I feel like it should have been on the other stick.
Yes.
And they should have made the 4 buttons, the trigger buttons and the bumpers, your shot types. So you could press those with your fingers and have your thumbs free, and then have one thumb for moving your character and one thumb for aiming where the ball goes.
Yeah.
But they had move your character and aim the ball thing on the one stick. So I kept like just shooting the ball over the place.
I'll say,
I was frantically running.
Yeah, it took me a while to get used to that, because I would go to aim my shot at the opposite side of the court, but then before I took my shot, my character's already running away from the ball because I've already tried to get my shot to go that side of the court.
Yeah.
But I found the character movement quite... Sometimes I wasn't sure if I was actually doing the controlling or if it was automatic.
Oh, yeah. So I thought that, and I did a little test. You don't actually have to move your character properly. So, like in like virtual tennis, you're moving your character. In this, if you just sort of push the stick in the direction you want to go, as the ball comes, he'll auto run to the ball.
Ah, okay.
And then if you hold to whatever shot button you want to use after he started auto running, then you can switch over to essentially just aiming with the little shadow.
Right, because I found the movement of the characters very sluggish and non-responsive.
Yep.
Like I'd try and run up to the net. Don't think I ran up to the net once, no matter how much I tried.
Yeah, you just couldn't get there quick enough.
Apparently so, yeah.
I found what happened to me. I don't know if it happened to you at any point, but the ball was coming towards me, and I was quite short of it, and I messed up, fumbled the controls, but my guy basically sort of like teleported across to where the ball was, instantaneously, and then hit the ball back. And I was like, oh, did I do some sort of special? Is that some sort of special thing I've done? I don't know. But I assumed not, as it says it's supposed to be a realistic tennis simulator.
Yeah, I noticed that on a few games against a computer. So I was always aiming my shots for like the corner of the court, like the opposite corner, so they'd always run. And sometimes I'll be like, they'll never get that shot, and then all of a sudden they're there in a click of a finger, and they've hit it back, and I'm just like, how have they hit that? I don't
know if you had this as well, but I was playing against the computer, and I was winning, and I was like 40-0, and I just needed one more point, and then I left the ball because I thought it was going out, and it went out, but it didn't get being called as out, and I noticed that happened several times.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I was just like, what?
Yeah, didn't notice that, but I did notice if the shot is going out, it won't let you hit it back.
Does it not?
So if the computer's shot is going out and you're going to get the point, even if you've already charged up your shot and aimed, it won't let you hit it.
Oh, right.
Which I think's just a bit weird, because it's giving you that assistance that you shouldn't really have. You should be able to use your own judgment to determine whether or not you think a ball's going out or not.
Especially as it's like being the blurb for it that I read online. It's supposed, the developers are going for like the first real tennis simulator game to sort of simulate the play style of tennis rather than being like an arcade sort of sports game.
Yeah, I can kind of get where they were coming from with that, because it does feel very realistic in like the types of shots you have to do, the placement of the shots. Even the tour mode has like all the lesser known competitions that you do in between like the major ones.
Yeah.
So there was a few.
I was gonna say I was a bit sad with the tournament thing that when you win one, there's no sort of like fanfare or like no sort of cutscene of being presented with a. We've been playing through Mario Kart recently, haven't we? And you win, you have the podium, you get the cup. There was none of that, so it was just like, oh, okay, I won. On to the next thing.
Yeah, I'd noticed that as well. And there wasn't a lot of commentary, which it was just that was a nice shot. It's now
Yeah, it was.
GamePoint and Matchpoint, and
Yeah,
that
PS1
was
commentary.
basically it wasn't that great. But then I guess maybe they weren't. I don't know how hard it is to do commentary on a video
I
game. I
imagine it's
imagine it.
quite hard.
Yeah, yeah, because when you play FIFA, you end up getting the same lines all the time.
Yeah, and that's obviously EA, a multi-billion-dollar company.
Yeah, I always used to remember when I used to play wrestling games back on the PS2, PS1 when they first introduced commentary.
Yeah,
And it would be like,
PS1.
yeah, oh, that was a great move by Stone Cold Steve Austin. Like there was a pause because it would
Yeah,
try and work out which character you were.
yeah.
So it just had the commentator say everyone's name, and then it would just insert it depending on who you were.
My favorite game of commentary was, I hate football games, but
Yeah.
I would purposely sit and watch Daniel play Adidas Power Soccer on the PS1 because they didn't have any of the
Yeah,
licenses,
I
just for
remember
the
that game.
comedy. So it was like Burkham over to Gliggs. It just cracked me up, some of the alternative names that they had
Yeah,
there.
they'd just like add a letter or take a letter out, or
Yeah,
oh yeah, the
yeah,
commentary back then was great. Talking of
yeah.
licensing, I was a bit disappointed with the lack of superstar tennis players in this game.
I know next to nothing about tennis, so I didn't
Okay,
notice, to be honest.
so the most famous tennis player that I know, I'm not massively clued up on tennis, is Nick.
Tim Henman,
He's in it.
is he?
Yeah, he's an
Okay,
unlockable character.
that's probably why I didn't notice then.
Nick Kyrgiakos, is that his name? He was a runner-up of this year's Wimbledon.
No idea.
Oh, but yeah, there was no Nadal, no Federer, no Andy Murray, no Williams sisters, no Djokovic. So they obviously struggled to get licensing for some of the bigger named players.
Yeah. Got to keep those costs down, don't they?
Well, yeah, but I mean, like, people that don't like tennis are going to pick this game up and play it and want to be the better players. It's like if you play a football game or a basketball game and you don't particularly know a lot about the sport, you're going to pick, Real Madrid,
Yeah,
LA,
I suppose.
LA Lakers, because you've heard of them. Yeah. Whereas if you went into an NBA game and you had to play as like, I don't know, who's a rubbish team? Toronto Raptors.
That is a good choice to say that because, like I told you before, most of our audience are American. So you would have offended more people by saying an American team. So stick to the one Canadian team.
Yeah.
Although,
I was going to say Charlotte Hornets, but are they even the Charlotte Hornets anymore?
Yeah. They're owned by Michael Jordan.
Yeah, but didn't they move? Weren't they the New Orleans Hornets?
No. So they became the New Orleans Hornets, and then they became the New Orleans Pelicans. But then a franchise was then sold to Michael Jordan and some other people to restart a North Carolina franchise again, which was the Charlotte Bobcats. Then, because the New Orleans Pelicans weren't using the Hornets name anymore, they then got the Hornets name back, and therefore it's Charlotte Hornets again, but they're not the same Charlotte Hornets from before.
Oh, so confusing.
I know. Because I was really confused, so I did a deep dive into it. Like, after I watched The Last Dance, and then after that I was like, oh yeah, back into basketball again.
Because that used to be your team, wasn't it? The Hornets.
Yeah, that was purely because my stepdad's sister lives in North Carolina.
Oh, okay.
And I ended up with a Charlotte Hornets cap when I was like 7. And I was like, yeah, that's my team.
Fair enough.
Yeah. But what I was going to say, to any Canadian listeners, the reason why the Toronto Raptors won the NBA was because that was the first year that I was living in Canada. So they did it for me. Basically.
And the subsequent years?
The subsequent years, now I've got my permanent residency, I'm allowed to stay here. That's why they've become rubbish again. Because they don't need to impress me to keep me here. So yeah, any Canadian listeners listening, just feel free to thank me in the comments for everything that I've given you in your country, like the NBA win for the Toronto Raptors.
Oh, well done, you.
Thanks. Off-topic road again.
Yep. Well, kind of. Well, I mean, it did.
Yeah.
But it was for a reason.
Yeah.
Because there's just not enough popular characters in this game to choose from.
Exactly.
Which I think will defer a lot of people that are going to want to play it.
Yeah.
Again, it's the same reason why more people play FIFA than Pro Evolution Soccer. Because FIFA has the licensing, even though Pro Evolution Soccer is technically a better football game.
Not for much longer.
Well, yeah, it's now EA Football.
Yeah. Let's see how well that does.
Wow. Well, yeah, true. Anyway, yeah, what were we going to say?
I was going to say, what did you think of like the training modes? I think it was training. Yeah.
I only did a couple during the tour.
Yeah.
So in between tournaments, you can like play exhibition games or do some training to up your skill level.
Yeah.
So I did a couple of those where I did one where you had to serve into a target.
Yeah.
But I mean, I was pretty good at serving anyway. That's where I won a lot of my points on serves.
See, I really liked those training things because it made me think of Mario Tennis.
It did. It made me think of Mario Tennis as well.
You have to like hit the targets and the things and stuff like that. And I was like playing it again. Oh, really want to play some Mario Tennis now.
Oh, there you go. Future idea for a video.
What I was going to say, we could do for an It's Been Ages. We can do Mario Tennis or something.
Yeah.
We can do doubles, be on the same team, and we can do like a versus as well.
Yeah.
I think that'd be cool. Like I think all the training drills. I think I had more fun doing all the different training drills than actually playing the actual game.
Yeah, I wasn't completely into the game itself. Like it didn't grip me. I mean, I was only playing it on semi-pro. I didn't even know you could change the difficulty.
Oh. See, if I knew that, I would have been straight onto easy. You know me.
Well, it's only because yeah, it doesn't give you an option at the start when you load up the game what difficulty you want to play on. Whereas some sports games are like, oh, you know, have you played a football or basketball game before? Do you want to be an amateur or professional? But then it wasn't until I won a game in the tournament, the first tournament you do like 6-love, 6-1. I was like, hold on a minute, this seemed a bit too easy. Considering like my created characters' stats are in their low 20s and the people I was playing against were in like their high 70s, low 80s.
You're just that good at games.
Or was it just on an easy setting?
Well, if it was on that same setting, if that's the default that I was playing on, I found it quite difficult.
It's difficult until you get used to like the aiming aspect of the game.
I think I've just sort of like let myself go video game wise because I don't play a lot of traditional. I say traditional. I don't play a lot of traditional, what is now traditional games of when, you know, after the year 2000, what the games industry has sort of become. I've sort of stepped away from that and I play more sort of like 80s and 90s style games. So like, give me a 2D platformer and I'll rip through that on hard mode, like easy peasy. But give me like a third person man game or something, and I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm like, you know, it's like when you hand the controller to your mum for the first time. She's like, oh, I don't know, and she's like looking at the floor and strafing sideways or whatever.
Oh yeah,
like I'm like that now.
I remember when I got you to play Resident Evil 4, and I don't know if you're doing it on purpose, but it was the most frustrating thing to watch. You're literally move forward a little bit, and then you'd aim at the floor, and then all the way up the wall, and you'd be like, "Is there something I can shoot?" And then you'd move forward a little bit, and you'd do it again, and I'm just like, "Luke, just go through the door. There's nothing here. Just go through the door."
I like to search everything because I'm like, oh, there must be some sort of secret, because I grew up playing like Super Mario, where like, you know, you bash the bricks, get out the top of the level, go behind the exit, and a secret pipe to like a level warp. So I'm always thinking in every game there must be secrets. There must be secrets around.
And if you want to know how to do the level warps, you can check out our shorts.
Ah, that's a good idea. I could do some, because I've done the warp whistles, haven't I? So I could do the warp pipes, the levels, so you can skip levels. Might do some of those.
I thought that was the warp whistle. Idea.
No, the warp whistles are from Super Mario, from Mario Bros. 3.
Oh, okay.
they let you skip to the different worlds.
Right.
Yeah.
Who knew?
See, all these old 80s and 90s secrets all locked up in my brain.
Anyway, I think we went off a bit then.
Oh yeah, I don't even realise we're going off topic until like one of us goes, "Oh, we're off topic again."
Yeah, same. Yeah, I'm the same.
What did you play any online?
I played one game online.
Yeah.
It wasn't a ranked game. It ranked game. Sorry, it was just a casual. So I just picked a random character, went against a random person, won 6-0.
Oh,
it was just
played
one
against
set.
Me because that's what happened to me. I got absolutely thrashed. What night was it? Was it last night?
It was last night.
Yeah. What time? It's probably not. What are the odds?
For me, it would have been around. Well, it wouldn't have been you because it wasn't your gamer tag.
Oh yeah, I know it comes with the gamer tag.
But yeah, I just absolutely smashed this person. I got so many aces from serves, but it was only one set, which in a way I was kind of relieved because I didn't want to do a whole game of 3
just
sets.
One and done.
Yeah,
you left victorious
because
undefeated.
Like I said, the game didn't grip me. No. So I actually found it. Spoiler alert! I actually found it a bit boring.
Yeah, I'd say that's accurate. You'd have to be really into tennis.
Yeah,
I think to play this, but not into tennis in the sense of like you're, you know, like in football, you get people that are like, oh yeah, I love football. Oh, I love Man United. I love Chelsea. Where are you from? Bournemouth. You know, you've got to have. It's got to be someone who's like, what team do you support? And they support like some Division 3 sort of team, but they're really into football. That I feel like this is like the tennis equivalent for that.
Yeah,
people that are really into like sort of like that, into it that much, not the glory hunter type people.
It's going
if that makes any sense.
Yeah, it does make sense. Yeah, it's like going back to what we said in the Shredders video. If I would have preferred a more arcadey type tennis game where I had more control over the person I was playing as.
Yeah.
So if I wanted to run diagonally across the court, I could at whenever I wanted to, rather than have to wait for the opponent to have a shot and then flick the controller and then it auto do it all for me.
Yeah.
I bet there was a way of turning it off, but I just didn't play it or experiment with the options enough.
Probably. We have people commenting being like, oh, did you not know that you can do this? Blah, 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 blah.
And I'll just reply saying, did you not know that tennis is only on once a year? That's at Wimbledon.
I'm British, that's all I know. If it's not Wimbledon, it's not happening.
Yeah, basically.
We need some more comments, actually, don't we? Because we've been a bit thin on the comments. We've had all these new subscribers, and we've got no comments.
I know.
So
we're lovely.
Guys, yeah, say give us a comment. We'll reply, even if you're horrible to us.
Yeah.
You know, just say even if you like Ian, your face looks like an ass. He'll be like, oh, thanks, guys.
That's because it's just been in your mum's trousers.
What? What?
I don't know.
I was about to go way, but then I was like, that doesn't make any sense.
Well, you said my face looked like an arse, and I didn't want to use arse again as the reply, as if to say like that's because it's been in your mum's arse. But then I don't even know if that would have been an insult to them or to me.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Who knows? We'll see. We'll see if we get any comments after this.
Okay.
Hopefully.
We're so good at the witty banter, can't you tell?
Yeah, exactly. I've got one more thing on my notes, which I don't know if I can't remember if I mentioned it or not yet. And it's the lack of any sort of doubles. You can't play doubles against anyone, as for what I could see. And
well, yeah, it doesn't give you the option online. I didn't try exhibition mode, like, you know, just the standard quick play as you were.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't know. I dove from the tutorial straight into the tournament mode or tour mode. So I don't. Yeah, but
from what I could see, there's no option, because I was going to say to Sarah, oh, you know, me and Ian are doing this game. Do you want to do some doubles? We'll play like because there's no point us playing against each other because I'll just win. Because
Yeah.
Sarah's even worse at games than me. But if we play together, we can both be crap on the same team. But yeah, I couldn't even see an option for that, which I thought for a tennis game was quite a glaring omission.
I don't even think there was any couch co-op. Not co-op, couch multiplayer.
Was there not?
I don't think so. Unless it's in the exhibition screen. But
in-depth review from us. We don't even know if it's got multiplayer or not.
I mean,
local anyway.
Yeah, I don't know. It must do, surely. A sports game that doesn't have multiplayer. Come on.
It wouldn't surprise me these days.
It's probably DLC.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, that's everything that I've got on my notes.
Yeah, that's pretty much.
Do you have anything else?
No, just basically covered everything. All my thoughts on it as well.
Yeah. So what do you reckon? I think I know what you're going to say, but GamePlay or GamePass?
I've got two answers.
Okay.
If you're really into tennis, then why not? Give it a go. You know, you're only disappointing yourself. Yeah. But otherwise, no, don't play it. Game Pass.
Yeah, I'd say Game Pass. I was playing it like it felt like a job. You know, when you go to work some days and you're like, oh, I don't want to go to work today. I got to the point where it's like I'd got the girls off to bed and stuff, and I was like, oh, I've got the evening free. I can do something, and then I'm like, oh, I've got to play that stupid tennis game again.
I was like that as well. Every time I had a chance to play some video games this week, I'd be, oh, should I play Matchpoint? And then I'll end up just playing Call of Duty or Smash Brothers on the Switch.
Yeah.
And after all this time, I'm finally about to complete the adventure mode on Smash Brothers Ultimate.
Yeah?
Yeah, I just kind of gave up with it halfway through playing it.
Have I inspired you to play more Switch games? Have I inspired you to play more Switch since we've been doing like the multiplayer stuff?
Yeah, I guess so. It's just annoying. I mentioned in a previous video of all the technical difficulties I've been having.
Yeah.
So first off, my game catcher was playing up, which now, based on what's happening at the moment, I don't think it was the game catcher at all. And then my laptop started playing up. Oh, so I got the game catcher replaced, and then my laptop started playing up. So I've improved the laptop by buying more RAM, and now my Switch doesn't connect to TVs.
You're cursed.
Yeah, I am. So now I have to get some sort of new docking station. But like you said, I might get one of those cheap third-party ones.
Yeah, I think they're like 20 quid.
Yeah, I think.
Seen online?
Yeah, I think they are quite cheap. I'll have a look at reviews. I want to get a cheap but good one.
Cheap but good. And you want one that is already in the country, because lots of the time you get thing, and it's like delivery date 2 months later.
Yeah,
going by boat from Hong Kong.
Yeah, so
take eternity.
I'll have to look into that, because buying a new docking station is £70 through Nintendo.
What? That's insane.
Yep. Yes, it is. And I've already sent my Nintendo off to be repaired once already for the Joy-Cons. And I don't really want to have to send it. I mean, I can send it off again, but it's just, do I bother?
Do they let you just send the dock by itself, or do you have to send the whole unit?
No, you can send the dock by itself.
Yeah, you might as well do that.
Yeah. Yeah, I've got some spare boxes here, so I'll just do that organised collection.
Options,
yeah. And then hopefully I can continue doing my Ocarina of Time video, which again, I've had technical difficulties doing that.
So much anticipation for it.
I know. I've got some ideas to make up for the first part.
All right. A hand-drawn comic by you, read aloud. Oh no, I've given away.
You actually have.
Have I?
Yeah. It was going to be really badly drawn pictures. Because I'm not very good at drawing, so I was just going to do a really bad drawing of a tree with a little fairy.
Amazing.
But we'll see what happens. I might add some Getty images to it as well.
Yep. Sounds good to me.
Yeah.
All right, shall we wrap this one up then?
Yeah, we should.
Okay.
All right. Well, thank you for listening to our thoughts on Matchpoint Tennis Championship Edition, but only singles. We don't want none of those doubles here.
No. They're not allowed for some reason.
Yeah. Doubles can get in the bin. Maybe they don't have doubles actually, because the game's programmed so that you can't hit the ball if it's automatically going out. And in doubles, the court is slightly wider. So you use the outer lines, don't you?
I think you've cracked the code there. You've cracked the code.
That's why, because they couldn't be bothered to fix their programming.
They've got a really bad syntax error. Would you draw it out for doubles? It's fine.
Anyway, yes, thank you all for listening to us ramble on.
Yep.
And yeah, don't forget to comment. We're lovely. We want to interact with you guys.
Yeah.
And
be on
maybe
Twitter, be on YouTube,
Twitter,
whatever.
TikTok, YouTube, Instagram.
Oh yeah, plug your TikTok you've got going.
Oh yeah, it's just TikTok, and then you can just search for us on there. I just upload a few short videos every now and then. But yeah, it's all right. Cool. If you've seen them on the YouTube, you'll just see them again on TikTok. But yeah, get involved, communicate with us, because one day we might do a community night.
Yeah, on Smash Brothers. You
yes.
Can kick the crap out of us.
Yes, you can show us what real gamers are like.
Exactly. Yep.
All right. Well, let's wrap this up for the second time.
I'm basically just letting you go on until you say bye.
Oh, okay. Okay, in that case, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Ding dong. Bye.
In summary, there wasn't much there. Something will need to change to have any hope of a win.